3, 2, and 1. We are live. Hello, hello. How are you guys doing? I hope you are ready for today. Today is going to be exciting. We're going to be going over some questions that you guys have sent me. We're also going to be taking a look at the new 4-week program, Revive Your Relationship, and also the discount that you guys have available to make sure that you jump on it now. So it's more like just this wonderful experience for you that I'm gifting you. Hey there, Dawn. Good to see you. Aww. I love to see you guys popping on. Okay, so I want to jump into this right away so that way you guys get your questions answered. A couple of the questions that came through with the 4-week program, my relationship, and I didn't say spouse, I was just assuming. So my relationship and I, we broke up, but I want to get back together. Will this program help with that? So yes, this program is going to help. Now, there may be some things that you find out that have you to say, maybe it's not the best relationship to jump back into. So we'll take a look at what are the pros and cons that are going on. But the way the program works is it's going to help you work on yourself. So take a look at your choices. Take a look at how you're paying attention to red flags. Take a look at what's the negative thinking going on for yourself. How do you choose relationships? What are some patterns that are going on? What was the issue in the relationship that caused it not to work? And so it's making sure that it's a healthy relationship to get back into. So the answer is yes, we can help you take a look at that. And we'll also take a look at other things too. And some of them you might not want to look at, but you want to be coachable. You want to be open to be going, okay, yeah, so the reason this didn't work was because they're not especially healthy, because they're not keeping communication, because, and then you take a look, or you take a look at, well, what are my weaknesses? You know, what's going on for me that the relationship didn't work? And we're looking at these not as a weakness to judge them, but a weakness like, hey, I want to strengthen that area. And so those are things that we'll do. Each week builds on the other. And so you'll be practicing hands-on tools. So the other question that I had is, how do I know it's really going to get the results? How do I see them as I'm going through? Because my relationship is a long-distance relationship. So that's a really good question. So when you're going through week after week, you're going to be implementing the tools that we're practicing. So you're going to know for a fact immediately. So you're going to learn the information. You're going to give me some feedback on what you've learned. You're going to ask me whatever questions you have, and this is going to be anyone in the group. So you're going to also be learning from other people's questions. You're going to be also learning from their issues that they feel like is their weakness that they want to strengthen. And so we're going to be like iron sharpens iron in the group as well. Then as you get these tools and you practice them and you see how it's working, you're going to go implement them into your personal relationship or your working relationship or with yourself, depending on what the need is. And it might be all three. You're just going to pick one at a time. And then you're going to be practicing it, seeing how it's working, how it's not working. We're going to be practicing new mindset. So when you go out to do this, you're going to be looking for failure, right? You're going to be looking to do the best that you can do and be open if it doesn't work. So you're not going to be making yourself out to be a failure. You're not going to be making the relationship out to be a failure. You're going to look and see, okay, we tried that path didn't work. Let's see what was missing. And so when you're looking at it like that, it removes the judgment, removes the shame, removes the guilt, and those are what we're going to be practicing over the 4 weeks. Now, you're going to be getting new tools each week. You're going to be giving me feedback on how things are working each week, and you're going to be practicing on something new each week. You guys are also going to be able to see what's not working for each other, and so you're going to get different perspectives that you don't have. And so it's going to automatically be opening up your mind. It's going to automatically help you step into your confidence because you have these step-by-step tools to practice. And yes, the other question that I had is, how do I know it's going to stick? Just like you learn how to ride a bike, right? You might kind of, when you're not doing it, you get back on, but you know where the feet go, you know where your hands go, you know how to balance yourself, you know how to practice it again, you know how to ask for help even if you need to, like, hey, can you balance me a little bit while I get used to this? So you know what to do again, and it helps you to practice that. So those are the questions that I had so far as anything. Oh, the last question that I have is about the discount. So the discount is up until the 22nd. So it's going to close on the 22nd. And then it's going to go to regular price, which is $100 more. So those of you who are jumping on, you're basically getting even at the regular price. I'm doing this because I want to get your feedback. I want you to really think about, you're really in this, doing this program, giving me feedback on what works, what you would like added to it. And I'm also going to be, I'm doing my second level program. And so you guys are going to be giving me feedback on, okay, this is what I really got out of it, and this is where I want to go further. And so you guys are helping me build my next level of the program. And so that's why it's my gift to you, as you're also gifting to me that information. So that's why it's as affordable as it is. You'll look at that price and probably laugh, and that's okay. Because getting this information, the value as you're hearing it and as you're looking at the website. Oh, by the way, the website is sparkshope.life/revive relationship. So as you're looking at that, you're going to be able to see, okay, oh my gosh, the value that you're getting out of this is crazy, right? This is like a $3,000 program, but that doesn't matter. I want you to get this value. I want to get the word out. I want to get this information shared. And so if we can do that and keep the program moving, I'll be able to keep it at an affordable price. And that's my goal. Okay. So now what I also wanted to share with you guys is there's some things to add into the relationship that you might not be thinking about, because as busy folks, and especially when I'm working with entrepreneurs, there's just things that we don't think about, right? And there's a book I'd like to recommend to you. It's called Fireproof, right? There's also a movie, the fellow's Kirk Cameron, and he is all about this. He's all about marriage and relationships and just keeping God in the middle of things. And so the idea is being able to ask and have interesting communication with your spouse. And I was thinking about this the other day. I'll ask my husband how he's doing and how his work doing and how he's feeling. But I was like, what are some other questions that I can ask and get a little bit deeper? Because we do that, but the idea is continue to think of questions. And you could Google, like, what are some questions? And that was what I did. And so sometimes it could be questions on how to get to know them. So keep that communication fresh. That's number one. Number two, keep touch in your relationship. Even if you hug them when they come in, hug them when they leave. If you both work from home, hug each other when you go to your offices. Come back and connect. When you go to get a drink, you can go say hi. Or if they work off-site from home, you can message them or GIF them or meme them. The idea is keep that communication, keep that touch. Allow each other to flirt and connect. Really just be intentional about that so it stays fresh. We often get so busy that we're not mindful about those things. And it's not that there's anything wrong with you or that you're bad. It's just if it's not mindful, we could go 24 hours or 48 hours without even thinking about touching each other, except maybe when you're sleeping. If the bed's big enough, you don't even do it then. So give yourself that time. Make sure you're kissing each other a couple times a day. And even if you feel like you're doing it like out of a chore, then we got to talk about that. Let's take a look at what's going on. So do share with me any of these things that I've mentioned to you so far that are like, ooh, I like that question, or ooh, I like how that program sounds. I want to get involved. I want to get registered for it. Or I know somebody who has been talking about that and would really love to get into that. Let me know. Comment. When we're live, sometimes I don't see the comments live, and I hate that. But I will go back and see them and reply to them and get back with you. And I do thank you guys for the hearts that are coming through. I appreciate it. Okay, so the other thing that you want to do, excuse me, is continue to do date nights. Now, you might go out to eat and you might do these different things, but I want you to call it date night. I want you to plan for it like date night, right? So that way you're both looking forward to connecting with each other and seeing each other and that giddiness and that fun. And it doesn't have to end in sex that night. It could be another night, but plan for sex, right? Plan for that intimacy. Plan for that lovemaking. Whatever term that you feel comfortable with, and find terms that you get to feel comfortable with. It takes practice for some. It did for me. Allow yourself to be able to say, this is our night. And if something comes up, okay, but don't let stuff come up very often, right? If you're in the worst case scenario, then say, you know what, we're going to do the easiest technique tonight, and we'll make it work. Because you're important to me, and your sexual health is important to me, and mine is important to me, and, I'm important to you. And so it really creates that connection. right? And so these are topics that we're going to be talking about in the group. It's open, it's transparent, it allows you to be raw, vulnerable, and safe, right? Who could think all of that could happen at one time? But it definitely can. You'll also be able to see that if there's things that you're anxious about, or conflict, or limiting beliefs, we're going to bust through those, because that's been holding you back with your health, your relationships, with your personal relationships, as well as your work relationships, as well as how you're feeling about yourself and taking care of yourself and thinking about yourself. All of that matters so much, okay? The third point I wanted to share with you is allow yourself to take a look at what are the areas that we want to grow in our relationship. So how is it that I am supportive of you, that you like? What are areas that are not especially helpful, right? So for example, I am unintentionally reactive when I feel like I'm being accused of something, right? And it could be something so silly, like, don't push the button so hard. I'm not pushing the button hard. Well, it looks like you're pushing the button hard. Well, I'm not pushing the button hard. Stop telling me I'm pushing the button, right? We had this conversation. So it's being able to go, okay, I know you're actually trying to support me and help me that this doesn't get broken, or help me that I'm not frustrated, or, so let me see it as what it is versus seeing it through my reactive response. I used to be blamed and accused all the time, so I know it's hitting old buttons. So it helps you to be able to improve in your relationship, and that would be improving on yourself. That would be them improving on themselves. And so you're also improving in your own personal relationship with yourself, and then coming back together, that improves it there as well. So it's 100% of both people coming together versus the concept that we've heard so often, 50%, 50%, you complete me kind of thing. Now, you're 100%, and they add to you. You are already complete. All right, so you guys do ask any other questions about the program. If you have it, I do want to remind you that the close date for that discount is the 22nd. That's this coming Monday, so get on it. Reach out to me, DM me if you have any questions or you want more information. You'll see the post that I put today. Just type in info, and I'll make sure to get back with you, and we'll do a call, go over any questions that you have, and get you ready. Get you already started with an action plan, so you're excited about the 15th, September 15th, when the 4-week program gets started. And we already have 3 folks in the program, so yay! It's so awesome. I love you guys. I love your strength. I love your bravery that you're taking on your lives. You're not letting this stuff stop you, right? You're quieting all that monkey chatter and, where it's like, rah, 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 rah. Keep going, keep going. You're learning how to declutter your mind. You're learning how to declutter your heart. You're learning how to clean up and organize within yourself, within your relationships, within your business. And so you find more communication. You find more connection. You find that you're following through when maybe before you wouldn't. You find the stuff you were afraid of is almost laughable now. Why not? You so deserve that. Absolutely deserve that. Okay. And then the last 2 points. Let's see. Is you want to make sure that you're monitoring your goals of the relationship. Where is it they want to be? Where is it you want to be? How do you support each other in those goals? If there's any that might get in the way with what you guys think, clear that up. Get to where you're on that same plane so you're both feeling good. And then lastly, what you want to do is you want to allow yourself, what is your partner's point of view, whether you like it or not? And then as you're looking at their point of view, instead of assuming, ask them more questions about it. So what does that mean? And how do you interpret that? And how does that impact you? And how does that you think that impacts me? And how do you think that I think about that? And it just helps you both to get a little bit deeper in your communication, in your connection, in supporting each other's goals, and in supporting who the other person is. A lot of times we're living in expectations and we're living in assumptions, and we don't realize it. And it's just how we grew up. But the way to change it is through these different activities. The way to change it is through a coaching program that I'm offering. So that way you can practice it. You can learn the tools on how to do it. You can come get neutral feedback. Actually, it's more than neutral. It's loving feedback. And you can go back and apply it again, right? And so you're getting the support that you need, and you have a wraparound community who's going through the same progress, the same goals, the same tools. So you're speaking the same language. You're getting the same support. So I look forward to seeing you guys in the Revive Your Relationship program, starting with yourself, right? All right. I am going to be available. You can direct message me, or you can call or text message me. You'll see my number on the page as you're looking through any posts, but it's also 954-657-3407. And it always, bring it in. Big squishy hugs for health. Give some hugs, get some hugs. Even if you're just doing it virtually, just like this. Imagining hugging that person just like I'm imagining hugging you. It really makes a difference for your health. Do it many times a day, as many times as you can. But like at least 5. 10 is even better. All right, you guys, you take care of you. And as always, know that you are loved and cared about, whether you like it or not. Take care. Bye for now.